So I just switched to Mac about a week ago, and being a recent switcher, I thought I might give my opinion on how the switch went. Um, it's been really good so far. I haven't had any problems. I've had one application crash, and it was iTunes 9 the day after they released it, or it might have been the day they released it. I don't remember. But it was a problem with the iTunes store. When I would go to the movie section, it would crash after a little bit of browsing around. But considering that they've given the iTunes store a new overhaul, it was probably just a server-side issue, because the next day I was not able to actually replicate the crash. Because I had replicated it a few times the day before. I mean, I crashed iTunes maybe 2 or 3 times just to see if it was a one-off error, or if it was actually not if it was actually something that was concurrent and repeating. So I decided that I would switch to Mac after I began university. I've been looking at switching for a few years now, but it hasn't really been that economically viable because I have not been a heavy computer user. I used it to do a little bit of programming and, for high school and all of that good stuff. But mostly I was just a casual user. I mean, I knew a lot about computers, but I just didn't spend all that much time on them, so I didn't want to spend the money for a Mac at that point. But as I started university, it became more viable for me to actually get a Mac, and that's what I did. I went out and I watched some of the videos from a lot of the Mac users, like, let's see, The Creative One, eMeek, Blue Hour, many others. I watched all your videos, and I decided, why not? These guys seem to love their systems. I mean, there's like a camaraderie between the Mac side of things, that people actually do love their machines. I mean, when I watch PC users' videos, it's very much they're just defending their machines because they hate Apple. I mean, I don't know if that's just the way it looks to me. I'm not sure if that's the truth, but it seems to me that Mac users defend Macs because they actually like Macs and they think that Macs are productive. And it seems to me that PC users don't really have that same sort of feel for their operating systems and for their hardware. They just want to defend their operating systems and their hardware against Apple users for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but as I said, the Switch has been pretty good. I haven't had any problems aside from iTunes, and that was solved quickly. Even when it did crash, it didn't cause any other issues other than having to restart iTunes. So it's really no big deal. Um, let's see. Oh, yes. Something that's pretty important to me that might not be so important to other people is foreign languages within the operating system. And I have noticed that OS 10, I'm not sure how long it's been this good, but the versions of OS 10 that I have seen, Leopard and Snow Leopard, um, those two versions are pretty good for foreign languages. They have foreign language support for some languages people have probably never even heard of, which is good for me because I do like to study foreign languages. I speak French and I'm learning Hindi and Gujarati because my fiance is Indian, so the addition of that is good. Microsoft is, from Windows Vista, has started to make a place importance, should I say, on foreign languages. Windows XP foreign languages, they were a hassle to deal with. You either had to buy the native application, you had to buy the operating system natively in that country to have it in that country's language, or you had to deal with Windows XP language packs, which were really, really a lot of a hassle to install. Vista, you still had to install language packs, and again, those were a hassle, but not as much of a hassle as XP. Pretty much all you had to do was click, but the only thing I have a problem with that is in Windows Vista, you had to have Windows Vista Ultimate before you could install a language pack. That might have changed, but when I last used, it was Windows Vista Ultimate was the only Windows Vista operating system that you could change a language pack on. So if you did happen to be bilingual, or you happen to be someone studying a foreign language, you would need to purchase either a native version of the OS from the company, or excuse me, the country which the language was spoken, or you would need to purchase Windows Vista Ultimate in order to install the language packs. So that was kind of iffy for me. It was kind of unfair, but yeah, enough about that, because I'm pretty sure it's not important to most people, but it is to me. What do I use my Mac for? Well, I'm a business student, which I guess you would say that business people would prefer PCs, I suppose. But really, no, I don't think so. I think that the Macs are suited for business as well. I mean, sure, there's a lot of creative apps, but from what I've seen with iWorks, it's very nice. It's like Office except more intuitive. Uh, Office can be kind of confusing. I mean, they have whole university courses on just how to use Microsoft Office. iWorks was pretty intuitive for me. I thought it would be kind of weird to switch over to a different UI after using Microsoft Office for so long, but it really hasn't been too difficult. I haven't used Microsoft Office for Mac because, I don't know, iWorks just looks better. So, yeah. Also, I minor in music, and I purchased Logic Studio with my Mac. And Logic Studio is amazing, and for the price I got it at with the education discount from my school, it was very affordable, and it's a great program. So I might be doing some tutorials on Logic Studio if someone would be interested in that. And I guess I'll wrap this video up now. So yeah, I'm enjoying the Switch, and anyone who's thinking about switching, I guarantee now is the time to do it. There's great prices. You can pick up a Mac for pretty much pennies on a dollar now compared to what they used to be. So if you're thinking about switching, now is the time to make the plunge, go out and buy your Mac, and trust me, you won't be disappointed.